Evan called in with this question, Adriel. He says, is it okay if a pastor doesn't have accountability or an elder board? And he wants to know if you have any scriptures to support your answer.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the New Testament churches were governed by a plurality of elders. And so, I mean, that's just, you see that all over the place in the book of Acts. You know, you have the apostles going back to, places where they had planted churches in order to install elders there, so that you didn't just ordinarily have just one person ruling the roost, if you will. There was this accountability structure. There was this leadership team, the elders, called, qualified, competent men who were serving the church. And so, no, I would say it's not okay. It's certainly not ideal, but it's also not okay, ordinarily speaking. There are instances, I think, especially in the context of church planting, where you might have one evangelist go out and begin to plant a church, and it takes time to build up, to train up that group of elders who are going to labor alongside of you. And so there are instances where, even though I think we would say it's not okay, there are instances where you do end up with that kind of situation. But I would say, if you're in a situation where you have a pastor who just doesn't want any accountability, who doesn't see himself under any authority, but just sort of says, "Oh, I'm the pastor, I'm the boss," the sort of Moses model of ministry. I'm gonna do it all, and I don't answer to anyone. I think that's a problem. That's a recipe, frankly, for disaster, and we've seen this over and over again in Christian churches. And so. Simply put, again, it's not okay. It's not in line with I think the example that we see in Scripture, what's prescribed by the apostles themselves as they were planting churches. But there are instances where you do end up with just one pastor evangelist who's serving the church and hopefully working towards building up and training and installing new elders in the church. But that can take some time. And so yeah, that's your answer, Evan. Thank you for the question.